So hello everyone, hope you are all doing good. In this video, I will be talking about the typography. So what is typography in UI UX? So every content, text, paragraph, whatever you are seeing on the application is your font type and style that you have selected. One of the major question of yours as an UI UX can be like कि जब हम कोई भी UI डिजाइन करते हैं तो हम कौन सा font यूज करें. Now it depends on a lot of factors. First, like for what you are creating, for what you are designing, what is the vibe of that application or the website. Second, for what platform you are creating that UI. Platform is a website, an iOS application or an Android applications, because there are some mobile guidelines for creating a mobile application, so that also you need to see once before designing. We'll talk about that in this video. So your question can be like how to decide what font to use, what font size, type and style should I use, and the psychology behind the font type. Let's discuss in a very short, like what is the importance of a typography. For example, you have used some text and it's not readable to the user. So what happens? The user will get distracted from the application and he might not even come again to that application. So it's very important that whatever font type you are choosing, it should be very readable and attractive as well. Apart from that, also you might have also seen in the Myntra or the Flipkart app that whenever we have a discount, they make in a very bold way and the colors are different. Like it's in like sometimes it is in a yellow color, red color, discount 50% is in red color. So looking on those things, you choose a color and the text. Choosing such a color and the font type that catches attention of the user. Like now that comes in the psychology, like how you are using the psychology theories and the theorems to implement that design. What is this? So this is basically a design system for using the text. When you will create an application, it's not going to happen कि हर screen पे आप नया कुछ select कर रहे होगे. It would be कि already you have a built-in design system, and if you are creating that heading, so you will use this one just to maintain the consistency on all the screens. So you have to also take care of कि consistency maintained है. As I said, your font selection depends on a lot of things. One of is this: if you are making a playful application, you can use these kind of font. If you are creating something sophisticated, you can use Laura, EDGAM, and if you are creating a minimal, you can use Open Sans or Robdo. So these are just the examples of something that you can use if you are creating a user interface based on these personalities. So this is just to show you an example of how we can use the text. If you see in the first screen, this one, it's a virtual card where we need that numbers, or if you have used an italic font and if that card number was not properly readable, would it be a good experience for the user? No. So you have to keep in mind key for what you are designing an application and what font type should I use. So this is just to show you example. We can also see, like if you see this available and monthly limit, the amount font size is bigger as compared to this label available and monthly limit, because in this screen we are making the user to focus more on what is available amount, what is the monthly limit. In the same, you can also see in this screen for the total balance, we know that the user has come to on this screen just to see what is his or her total balance. Keeping that in mind, we have used this font. So if you are creating a website, there's no such barrier. You can use the font as you want or whatever kind of. You can also look into some other website how they have used. There must be some website that you feel like, oh wow, this is such a nice website. When it comes to mobile application, you might be either creating a user interface for an Android or maybe an iOS application. So when you are creating an user interface for an iOS application, there are certain text that you need to use, otherwise it will feel like this is not an iOS product. So right now I am going to show you the same design system that is built for iOS application and Android application. You will search in the Figma or anywhere, you will get this whole systems. Okay, let's see first. This is the design system that is already built for iOS 15. Let's see this typography section. You are creating something of you need an regular or the large title, you are going to use this one, this font type, and once you click here, you'll see here like label, color, light. So this is already built in design system. So if you're creating a user interface, you are going to use the text, you will use this text. And if you need any color, you'll pick the colors from this, any color from this. Why? Because when you are creating an interface for the iOS application, just imagine if you start using a color of your choice, would it be look like it's an iOS application? Like most of the iOS application have the same design system, they follow the same color pattern and the same text. Now you are someone who has just used the font of their own choice or the color of their own choice. it will not look like an iOS application. So while you are designing a user interface for an iOS application, you need to see these colors and try to have something of similar to these things. So this is for the iOS. Now if you are creating something for the Android one, you are going to pick from this, something of this kind. Well, this is not an actual design system for the Android that they have given, but this is something that is mostly followed in most of the Android applications. You can see how they have built the text design system. So what happens, at a one place they have made it, okay, if you are going to use the heading of this size, use this thing. Once you click here, you'll get all the details about this. Or also you can also just click on it and do option and drag it, you will get the copy of this text. And here they have already mentioned like what should be the font size, what should be the line height, what should be the spacing. So everything is here. Or you can also create a design system for your own application, but you can surely take the help from these design systems. And you can also see like they have made two different design systems for both the desktop as well as for the mobile. If you see, this is the design system or the typography system that they will follow for the desktop applications, and this is for the mobile application what they will follow. On this side you can also see all the things that they have. If you click on here, you'll get all the details, what font type they have used, what font size, regular, medium, or what they have used. So this is all about the typography. And the more you will look into another application, the more you will get the experience of how we should use the text. Not very hard and fast rule that you have to follow only these rules. So if you're a creative person, you can definitely use different typography, but what is typography and how it is actually used in application is through this only. When you are starting, you can take the help from these already built-in design system, and then you can start creating your own design system. So this is all about the typography, and I'll end up this video now. Let me in the comments if this video was helpful to you or not. Tab tak ke liye bye bye, take care, keep smiling.